Welcome back to another Sunday prep day where I do my mise en place for the week while I go over my menu. So I'll just cut all my vegetables for the week and I'll make a few other things. I'll do some uh, pulled pork and a chipotle barbecue sauce. So I'm just cutting up some onions for a few different things. And I'll start by going over my menu. So for lunch today, I'm gonna have a sandwich like I usually do on Sunday because I am diabetic and I need to cut some carbs. So most of my meals during the week, my lunches are keto friendly, low carb. But then on the weekend, I have my cheat day where I have some actual bread. So, and I just have some ham to go on that. And then for dinner, I'm gonna do some burgers. Then on Monday, Meatless Monday, for lunch, I'll do a salad. And for dinner, I'm gonna do a falafel bowl with couscous. So I'm just gonna mix that couscous with peppers, cucumber, that kind of stuff. And on top of the falafel, I'll do a spicy mayo with some peri peri sauce. And the falafel is just store-bought. Sometimes I make it myself, but it was on sale recently, so I just bought it at the store. Then for Tuesday, I'm gonna do some lettuce wraps, and I'll do like a spin on tacos. So I have some beef, and I'll just saute that with onions, peppers, chilies, garlic, that sort of stuff. And some spices and tomato puree. And then for dinner, I'm going to do some pulled pork tacos with a homemade barbecue sauce. And I'll do some corn with that, but I'll just use canned corn for that. And then we're on Wednesday. I'm going to do lettuce wraps again for lunch, probably with chicken, because that's what I have in my freezer. And then for dinner, I'll do some pulled pork rice bowl. So I'll use the pork bowl in the pulled pork in several meals this week. So I'll have some corn left over from that one can because it's quite a large can for one person for one meal. So I think I'll do like a corn salsa on the side. And yeah, some lime cilantro rice. And then Thursday for lunch, again, I'll do some lettuce wraps, but this time I'll use up the last of my pulled pork. And then for dinner, I'm going to do a noodle bowl with some chicken. I don't know what seasoning I'm going to do yet, but I'll serve it with some homemade acar campur, which I still have in the fridge. So that's Indonesian style pickles and some spicy green beans. I've been really into the spicy green beans lately. Just saute them with the sambal, which is like a chili paste. So, and then as always on Friday for lunch, I don't know yet. I think I'll do like a tuna salad or something. Or yeah, because I'm running out of fish in my freezer. But we'll just see. It kind of depends on what I have left over. And then for dinner on Friday, I have some more sea bass in the freezer. And I'll serve that with some carrots and parsnips glazed in like a honey balsamic thing. But I'm not going to cut those veggies just yet because it's all the way for Friday. So, and that's just basically cutting parsnips and carrots in half. So everything else I'll prep for the day. And yeah, so the onions, I'm going to use them for the barbecue sauce. I'm going to use them for the pulled pork, I'm going to use them for the lettuce wraps. I'm going to use them for the salsas, like all that stuff. I'm going to use them for a lot of things. And the garlic, same thing for the lettuce wraps, probably for the pulled pork, for the barbecue sauce. I'll actually leave a couple of cloves whole, because for the pulled pork I don't need to cut them too fine. And you know what? I have some spring onions that need to be used up because they've been in my fridge for a while now. So I'll cut those up mostly for garnish, and I'll just throw them in the tacos, the lettuce wraps, like everything. Alright, let's do some chilies. I'll use those for the barbecue sauce and for the lettuce wraps. And I never bother de-seeding these because they're not that spicy. So I'll just do a red and a green. And if you're new here, I always do all my veggies first, and then I'll prepare all the other things I've said, like the pulled pork, the barbecue sauce, that kind of stuff. Because then I'll have everything ready and I can just work very efficiently. And next up we have some peppers. I'll have a red one and a yellow one. I'll use those in strips for my salad, and the rest I'll just cut finer for the corn salsa, for the lettuce wraps, all that. So I'll just do a few across. And the rest I'll cut finer. So I'll do long strips first, and then cut across. And I'll give this yellow pepper the same treatment. And I'll do some slices for my salad. And then the other half I'll cut finer. Alright, I have one carrot that I'll just cut into slices for my lettuce wraps. So just at an angle, nice and thin. And these are washed, so I didn't bother peeling it. Next up, some cucumber. Just some slices for my salads. It's about half a cucumber's worth. And the other half I'll cut into small dices for the couscous salad. Next, some green beans for the spicy green beans with my noodle bowl. So I'll just top and tail them. That should be enough for a portion. Next up, some cilantro for the lime cilantro rice. So I still have a bunch of lime juice in the freezer, so I'll just defrost that. I froze it into little ice cubes a while ago, so I'll just use that with some fresh cilantro. So I'm just going to cut that nice and fine. and I'll throw some in the corn salsa as well. And then for the couscous salad, I have some parsley. I don't need the whole bunch, this is probably enough. So I'll just cut that fine as well. Alright, time to clean up a bit and then we'll get started on the pulled pork and the barbecue sauce. So I'm preheating the Ninja Foodi and I'll just add some oil. And I have a little saucepan here, and I'll also add some oil too. And here I just have some stewing pork, so I'll add that to the Ninja Foodi. And I'll add some salt as well. So I'll just get a little bit of color on that. And meanwhile, for the barbecue sauce, we're gonna add some of our onions, and some garlic, and some chilies. Add a pinch of salt, and let that cook down a bit. And once the onions have softened, I'll just add some tomato paste. And I have some chipotles in adobo, and I'll just add 2 chipotles to this as well. And I'll add some onions to my pork, and some whole cloves of garlic. And I'll just saute that down for a bit. And meanwhile, to the barbecue sauce, I'll just add some apple cider vinegar. And normally I would add sugar, but I want to use this for at least one low carb meal. So I'm just going to use some sweetener. And I'll just mix that up, give that a little taste, and see if it needs any more vinegar or salt or sweetener. And I'll just thin it out with a little bit of water, actually. What it does need is a little bit of smoked paprika, just for a little more smoky flavor. And I'll add a little bit of chili powder. And I'll give it a quick blend with the stick blender. Alright, that's done. I'm just going to let that cool down. And we'll finish off the pulled pork. So to this, I'll add some water. Just enough to mostly submerge the pork. And some apple cider vinegar. And a little bit of chili powder. And you can absolutely slow cook this, but since I have a pressure cooker, I'll just do it for about 45 minutes until the pork falls apart. So yeah, cleanup time, and I'll see you when the pork is done. Alright, the pork is done. I just shredded it. It came apart really easily. And I transferred my barbecue sauce to a easier container. So that was it. That was everything ready for the week. If you like this, I do this every Sunday. So there's a whole playlist at the end. Maybe leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and thank you for watching. Until next time, bye for now.